fraud is part of the system. That's what Brooksley Born was told when she discovered massive fraud. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. You know how I do. I'm 5x5. Man, you know what? I'm going to be doing a little bit of a monologue today and then going on to the charts and showing you what trades to make, where to make a trade, and where to get out of this, because Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to make a big move, up or down. And we're going to talk about how to trade either one of those movements. And if you're interested in trading that, you can go to bybit.davincij15.com or 2bit.davincij15.com. Links are in the description below. Okay, with that said, I'm telling you, all the ETFs are basically frauds. And I've explained this many times, but I want to explain it again, right? If you read the perspective for the gold and silver ETF, right, the trust company, they're segregated into two companies. One is the company that creates the ETF and provides the shares and so forth, and the other is a company that does the custodial, the company that actually holds the physical asset. Since ETFs are basically allowing, are stocks that allow a company or a retirement fund to purchase those assets, because retirement funds are not allowed to purchase commodities. They're not allowed to purchase certain assets in the economy. They're only mostly able to purchase stocks. With ETFs, they can purchase other assets once created. Now, I want to explain why these are all fraud, and they do it in a short and concise manner. But there's a story I have to tell you about Brooksley Born, who worked in the highest levels of government. She worked with the plunge protection team. Right? They were actually called that by stock traders and so forth. But it was actually the president's working group. And she discovered that derivatives were fraudulent and they needed to be regulant. And when she told them that, they said, "We can't do that because fraud's part of the system." And then she quit, of course, right? So this is more evidence of that. And then we could talk about, Bernie Madoff also committing fraud. So with that seen, right, without evidence, and there's more, right? I can show you a lot more, but I'm going to digress on that. Let's go back to the ETF. I'm going to tell you that the ETF, right, is basically a fraud because, well, they're going to actually not hold Bitcoin or not hold gold. They're not going to hold silver. They're not going to hold the underlying asset. And why is that? Because they print so much money, they need a place for it to go. And the more places it goes, the more value it has. And if it goes to an asset that, doesn't increase the value of that asset. So for example, if you buy a promise of, hey, you know what, I'll pay you dollars instead of buying the asset, that actually helps the US dollar a lot. So you want to actually keep those dollars from going into actual physical assets. And the best way to do that is with derivatives. Derivatives are basically assets that are define their value from something else. So they're defining their value from the price of Bitcoin or gold or silver. But they don't actually have any gold or silver backing it. They only have the promise that you will get paid dollars based on the price of that asset. So you're not participating, you're not increasing the value of that underlying asset. You're only getting dollars as a result. Now, most of you who are completely dulled to the fact that dollars are not real value, you'd be like, okay, I don't care. I got to pay my taxes. Got to pay my bills with those dollars. So I don't care. Okay, that's fine. Yes, you can use it in that sense. However, you are participating in the fraud and also once this all unravels, you will get nothing. No one is going to sell you Bitcoin at those inflated at the price that it's going to mark on the screen, right? They're going to say, well, you know what, Bitcoin's now at $100,000 or $200,000, whatever number it is, and then you get dollars. Let's just say you happen to get dollars from your ETF or whatever. When you go to the actual market, it's going to be a different price, right? Because people are going to be aware of what happens when this all unravels. So be prepared for that. That's the whole point of not holding on to those ETFs. Because when it unravels, when truth comes, when it hits you, when it's there, that's it. It is game over. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do some chart analysis. We're going to look at the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see. You can see, of course, that Bitcoin clearly wants to take off. But again, I always look at Bitcoin as being manipulated. And we talked about, if you watch the Moon Show, that this could be a diamond pattern, and a diamond pattern is bearish, and we could end up all the way back down to the 31,000 very, very fast. And then we look at Ethereum, and there's no bullish signs here. We go to a daily out here. There's nothing here, dude. We are in scary territories, as this is clearly a bearish situation. The only bullish thing that we can say is that we're above the EMA ribbon. And so what do you do? What do you do when the situation is like, okay, well, it's unclear. We have to go with a break. We have to go with a break of price structure. And I would say that if we break, I know we've already done it, but the next break at this point, the $38,400 level, is a breakout to a possible 41,000. I would say I would not go beyond that. If you're going to hold on to it, that's fine. You can hold the trade, but I really think beyond this level, let's just say this is really okay, a little technical issue there, but hey, we're back at it now. It looks like we want to break. We've tried several times and failed, but that's the case here. But if we break now, of course, to the lower end, we break the 36.7-ish area, you can walk away from Bitcoin and start shorting it all the way down to the 31. I would start with the 33 or $34,000 level, because that's some serious traffic down here, and we can say that in this area that you might want to take profits on a short and not hold it too long, or if you do, you move your stops to break even, right? And then on the Ethereum side, this thing could break down easily to the 18. I would say the 1868 area. The lower points, the lowest possible point here is like the 1778 or ish area. So that is where you would target only if we broke the 1934, 33 ish area, is where you would have to start shorting this thing all the way down to the 17 ish area. All right, so that is your trade. If you're looking for a long trade, I would say the breakout would be, of course, top level here. Unfortunately, it's way up there for the 2135 with a target of the 2331-ish area. But then you could actually hold this for even after the recheck, maybe give yourself a little bit of a space, and then this thing can probably take off even further. If we break here, I think we can go a lot higher on Ethereum if we break out. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned something today. Make sure you hold your Bitcoins. Make sure you hold your assets yourself. Like if it's gold, silver, make sure you own actual physical gold, silver. If you own Bitcoin, Ethereum, make sure it's actual Bitcoin and Ethereum that you hold. You will always be in the advantage over the people who, oh yeah, I'll let my bank do it. I'll let my bank hold it. Let somebody else hold it. You will have massive advantage. So take it.